So it's officially the end of my first year at State Tech. I still do have one more final to do tomorrow, but I'm gonna count it as already done. It's just a job search class final, which will be like 10 questions, simple questions about resumes and stuff like that. Um, so I'm gonna go over my classes, my finals that I took this week, just class by class, and kind of talk about how they went. Um, since they're already done, besides my job search class. So I had accounting, which I actually took today. Today is Wednesday. Um, it was pretty smooth. Just went over a few things that we learned over the semester. I had food systems, which was pretty much just a chapter test. I took that. I took that Monday, and then ag business. I gave a presentation, kind of talking about, or I got in front of the class and talked about kind of my plans um, after college and stuff like that, as well as um, kind of ran some numbers on a property that I've thought about buying, or a piece of land that I thought about buying. A small piece of land, it's like 28 acres, pretty close to the main farm. Um, it's actually butted up against some ground that the family already owned, so it'd be pretty convenient to farm just a few extra acres on the side. Um, yeah, ran the numbers on that. Kind of showed everybody the numbers on that. A lot of kids weren't running numbers on their business plans, and they were like, "Oh, I'm gonna need 1.2 million." Well, you gotta come up with 1.2 million. So there was a few kids that knew what they were talking about and growing it out, and wasn't just like, "Oh, I'm gonna need 1.2 million dollars." So there was some kids that I really thought that, well, they're actually gonna achieve what they're dreaming up, whereas other kids, not very realistic. Um, I had micros class, an Excel class. It it was all right. I did that final. It was kind of a basic one. It kind of went over stuff that we did at the beginning of the semester, which was good because the stuff at the end of the semester was very difficult, very difficult. So good thing that that one didn't go over that stuff because it was pretty difficult. But yeah, that was pretty easy just because it was the stuff that we learned at the very beginning. Then I also had algebra, which was my hardest one for sure. It was definitely the hardest final out of all of them. But yeah, I got a B on it. But thankfully, I had a high enough A in my class that I was able to keep an A. Yeah, it was definitely the hardest final because it went over everything, and it was a struggle, and it was really long. Took the most time out of any of the finals as well. But yeah, happy to finally be over and get to head home. That's for sure. Over Christmas break, I was kind of already done. But yeah, this second semester wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Next year's going to be even worse because I got even earlier classes, and I actually have some of my classes will be every day of the week, whereas this semester the most I'll ever see a professor was 3 times a week. So yeah, that is going to be something for sure. But yeah, the ag business class, when I took that final, or we all got up and kind of gave our presentation, I learned quite a bit for sure. There's a few kids in my class I'm like, yeah, they're definitely gonna at least take steps towards their goal. And then there's other kids that they need to kind of have a shorter term goal to reach their long term goal, if you understand what I'm getting at. Because the 1.2 million from the get go, not the most realistic thing in the world, but I don't know. I thought there was a lot of good business ideas. Um, a lot of people wanted to get into cows and have cattle, wanted to buy farm ground and have cattle on it. I can't make those numbers work, but yeah, I was the only one that really put numbers on the board and was like, this is plain Jane. This is what it can be. This is what you can make. This is what you could lose. There's no guarantees on making money in farming, so I put it all on the board, and everybody's like, yep. The only fixed cost that was up on that board by the time I was done was how much the bank wanted. That's the only thing that's fixed in farming. Everything else can go up and down. Every single thing can go up and down. So, yep. So, actually, this Friday, we'll see if I actually get that farm, and if not, it'll be what it'll be. There's a max dollar I'm willing to pay, and I'm not going to pay any more for it, because if I go to a bigger chunk of land, I can maybe get it cheaper per acre. Whereas these smaller lots, they normally go pretty high because, people can swing it. If you got the money, you can justify paying more per acre for a smaller plot of land. And also, maybe somebody's wanting to move out to the country and build a house, so they're willing to pay a little bit more money. So, I don't know. We'll see. I guess I really didn't talk that much about my school. But it went good. This semester ended up not going as bad as I thought it was. At the very beginning, I was kind of afraid, that's for sure. But yeah, this year was good. It was actually great. Great year. So right now I'm kind of packing up. You can see my deal right there. I'm packing up, getting ready to head home. Yeah. I don't know. Leave your thoughts in the comment section below. And if you have any video ideas, leave them in the comment section below as well. Leave a like, subscribe if you're new around here. Check out the other channel. It actually talks more about the farming. But yeah, that's a little bit of some things that have been going on behind the camera and I haven't talked about on my other channel. So I decided to mention it now, especially since I kind of talked about it in front of my class. So yeah, we'll see what happens. I'll see you guys in the next one.